All right, we have a motion to open the meeting.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call. Robert,
Yes.
Darlene,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Colby,
Yes.
and so we will begin. All right, so first thing we want to get out of the way is the approval for the minutes from the May 29th meeting. That's where Colby came to talk to us. Do we have any additions or changes and updates that we need to make? Assuming people have perhaps read it.
I move to approve the May 29th minutes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call, we'll start with Colby.
Colby Stringer, yes.
John?
Abstain.
Darlene?
Yes.
And Robert?
Yes.
Okay, we've approved the minutes. Next on the agenda, which is supposed to be at 6:35, so should we wait the 4 minutes?
No.
If everyone is okay?
I'll go move the floor.
Okay. All right, so our first order of meeting minutes is Geraldine is interested in volunteering to join us on the board. So why don't you give us an introduction of, if you've had any experience in government planning or anything?
Well, let's see. I've been on planning board in the town of Townsend. I've been on finance board in the town of Townsend and the town of Pepperell. I've been on 3 building committees and capital plan and the Townsend Historical Commission. So that's my background as far as government type things.
And what attracted you to?
Well, I like orderly development, and that really was attractive. But I quite often have seen that, there's something not quite going right, that people come in and ask for variances or like that, but I don't think that we are here to fault people. I think sometimes we're here to help them. And if they come forward at the right time, like they should, there's not usually a problem. When they go ahead and do something without permission, and then you have to come back in, and it's like, I've done it, so forgive me, that type of deal.
Yeah.
And I would prefer not to I just let people do what they need to do and do it right. But that's basically it. And that basically the on the other boards I've been in was the same type thing that I know that there's 4 different types of variances. I mean, you get your industrial, commercial, residential, agricultural. Let's see. It's appeals, special permits, and variances, right? Okay. And let's see. I guess that's about it. Do you have any questions of me?
Any questions? You're quite comprehensive. So if there are no questions, do we have, is there any discussion amongst us?
Nothing springs to my mind. So.
The question I have is, we have 3 openings,
Right.
and so do you have a preference?
Well, I was thinking about that. When I was on planning board, I started out as the associate, but I went to every meeting. So why didn't I just go for the full-time appointment? I mean, I have the time, I still have the energy. So
if you'd be interested in taking.
I'd take the full-time.
Any other questions or feedback, concerns, discussion?
I'm an open book, so you can ask me anything.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think it would be really helpful to have your planning board background, experience. That would, I think, will add another piece
Right.
to our discussions.
Right, and I did, when I was doing the 2 buildings there, I found that it gave a lot of insight on what really going on. So that was the Mississippi School of Pepper,
Mhm.
in the Neshoba Valley when they were doing their, theater and the, engineering program, so I found that to be.
So you had
pretty
to deal with
interesting.
the permits and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, you did, and, you know, there was a lot to it, about materials and there was more to it than a lot of people think, so, but I enjoyed it.
Great, thank you. Do we have, if we have no more discussion, do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we recommend to the Board of Selectmen the appointment of Geraldine Bozakas as a new full-time member of the Zoning Board of Appeals.
I'll second it.
Thank you. And roll call, so I'll start with Robert.
Yes.
Darlene,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Colby,
Yes.
and I'll also say yes. So
Yes,
congratulations.
thank you. I'm
Um,
looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking
I know what question I should raise, is how often do you meet
as needed.
as the?
So it's once, maybe twice a month.
Oh, okay.
That's how busy, yeah, it's up. Particularly since we don't, we used to approve the accessory apartments,
Mhm.
ADUs.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And so that would be the bulk of our
Oh, okay.
meetings, but, so we'll be focused on other things now.
Okay, and you usually meet on Wednesdays?
That's currently, yeah. Does Wednesdays work for folks at this point? Just going forward, because
Every other Wednesday, it works for me. I have the Thompson, the Conservation Commission.
okay, so we'll keep an eye on that.
The reason I asked is because FinCon meets on Thursdays usually, so I didn't wanna,
Yeah.
interfere.
Well, there will be times when we don't meet for like a couple few months because we're really a reactionary board and we
Mhm.
respond to applications that come in for relief. And if there isn't anything going on, there's really no need for us.
Okay.
So we don't meet just like to have a monthly meeting, so to speak. Yeah.
If you look at the last minutes, the last meeting we had was May 29th, so
Okay.
and
Yeah.
a month.
And that's because we had to structure we have had a couple of people leave one person leave the board and we had to restructure who was going to be clerk and chair and all that good stuff. So, and recommendations. So it could get a little slow without the accessory apartments, like Vicky said, but we'll see.
Listen, it's like she said, it's reactionary. We never know what's
Well, you
gonna
don't
be the
come
next
down the
thing,
road,
right?
yeah.
So, welcome aboard.
Well, thank you.
So I hope you've gotten everybody's name as we've
Oh,
gone
yeah,
through,
yes.
Colby, John, Robert, and Darlene.
Can I ask a question there? What is the timeline like with the applications? What are the deadlines that have to be met? I'm comparing it to the Conservation Commission.
Oh, what is, once they put the application
Well,
in?
we follow a statutory process, so when the application comes in, depending on what it is, if it's a special permit, it goes to a 30-day internal review. So when the ZBA gets it, I let the chair know, and we start processing it in-house for 30 days. It gets published in the paper. Well, okay, let me back up. The hearing date is set. Then the legal notice is drafted, which I do. You'll know about it as soon as the chair knows, basically, and the public hearing is set. I'll let the board know that it's pending. And at that point, it's published in the paper twice, 14 days prior to the hearing. Sometimes butters are notified. It depends on whether it's a special permit or whether it's an appeal. An appeal, they don't get notified. Butters do get notified for special permits. At that point, the internal review, I collect the comments from all boards and committees, and those are all sent to the board right before the hearing. So your review packet will look something like mandatory referrals, any comments or written comments that I receive on the project, the legal notice, the application, but you'll see the application ahead of time, but right before the hearing, you will have all the applicable documents to review, and then you come into the hearing and does that help? And then after the hearing, depending again, if it's a special permit it has to go, I'll draft a decision, then, the board will sign it, then it will go to the town clerk. After that, some of them, will go on a 20-day appeal. And after that, the, applicant has to record the decision at the, registry, and away they go. So, that is how it goes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I have that all in a flow chart, if you want me to share that with everybody.
I think that'd be
Yeah,
helpful.
okay.
Thank you. All right, so, so the next step, I think this is a recommendation to the selectmen, and
Yeah.
they'll, whenever, I guess the next meeting will present it, it'll be presented to them for their final approval, yeah.
Yeah, I will go ahead and submit this form. You can sign it, and basically it has our request for appointment. It'll go to the select board's administrative assistant, and then they'll put it on the next agenda to complete that. So I'm gonna sign that. And I'll need the, if I could have the vacancy posting. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Great.
All right, good for paperwork.
Yeah, we're done.
Let's move on to the next item. Feel free to hang out. Okay, yeah. So the next item is to discuss and approve a waiver request received from the Historic District Commission for an application filing fee. This is the only thing we will discuss tonight, is whether or not we will approve the waiver of the fee. No discussion of the project or any speculation is out of bounds for this particular meeting. The background is,
The fee is $300.
okay, yeah, so the fee is normally $300 for, are they doing a special permit?
It's
No,
an
oh,
appeal.
it's an appeal,
Mhm.
so they're doing an appeal, and is there anybody on the call or here to talk about this?
No, I can just tell you that
Yeah.
I can't make the decision for the board, so the zoning board of appeals either has to grant that waiver or not grant it. So basically, it's a town commission. So in the past, Darlene, you could probably speak to this. I know I had seen on file, cases where the filing fee had been waived for a town commission before. So I would defer to Darlene and see what she can share on that.
It's kind of like the town is paying the town, so, you know, why it's, you know, interboard, so we just typically waive it.
Yeah, so with that, I would need a motion, you know, and a second, and
Is there any more discussion or questions? Can we have a motion?
I make a motion, we waive the fee for the Historic District Commission based on the fact that they are a town commission.
Second,
Okay.
I have a question.
one moment.
Yeah.
Let the board,
Yeah, we have to finish.
yeah, sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna do a roll call. So
Well-
Colby?
Colby
Can
Sugar,
I-
yes.
there's a motion on the floor. If anybody has a question, would discussion entail while the motion's valid, or if it's about that particular thing? Was that her question about the,
Is it about the motion or?
Well, I was just gonna say that I didn't know if I needed to do a disclaimer or anything, because I'm on that commission.
Well, you're not on the board yet,
No,
so
you're
you're
not on
on
the board yet.
Oh.
Procedure,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't worry,
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah. So,
Eh,
not
she's
a
off on
problem.
a good start.
Yeah. So, Colby,
Colby Sugar, yes.
John,
Yes.
Darlene,
Yes,
Robert,
Yes,
and Vicky will also be yes.
Thank you.
So that is passed. Is there any paperwork or just? You
Nope,
just bring
I'll
the
just-
decision?
I'll certify your vote and move forward.
Okay.
I just want to add to that the hearing has been scheduled for August 6th, it's a Wednesday night. And that'll be in person with the option for remote.
Good.
And hopefully by that point will be,
It was my birthday.
we'll have to bring cupcakes. or something. All right, so, moving on, is there anything in the correspondence or announcements that we should just review that we can't just go in and look at in the folders?
Don't think so. I think there's a lot in there. I mean, the only thing I would like to say is if you could re-announce the fact that there are still 2 associate members seats open, and then we do have the economic marketing survey. I don't know if everyone can see me on TV.
There you go.
So this survey is still open. There's a economic development grant that the planning board has received in the town. We're working with a planning commission, and it would be really helpful if everybody could take the survey so we can get some feedback. Right now we have 60 responses, and we're looking to reach a broader base, so we will have more useful information. So here it is.
Is that found on the town website too?
Yeah, it's on the town website. It's on my email signature. So
Yeah.
you will find it. Yeah.
Are there any other topics that we should review at this point?
Very good.
If not, we can entertain a motion to close the meeting.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Second.
second. Okay, I'll start with John,
Yes.
Colby,
Yes.
Darlene.
Yes.
John. I mean, Robert, I'm sorry.
Yes.